This crane operator made a critical mistake and almost killed his climber. Here's what happened. Before any construction began on the home, the homeowner had hired a tree company to come remove this big 120-foot tree. And the worst thing happened of a lifetime, something that's unimaginable, a nightmare of tree climbers. The crane snaps and almost kills a guy. But first, I want to tell you how we even got here. So we bid on this project a year ago, and the homeowner was so cool and he said, let's do it, let's close on the deal, I want you guys for the build. So right away we come in and we didn't even know about the tree. We start doing our normal tasks, pavers, concrete, excavation, getting the entire property cleaned out. And right here, we installed some geotextile fabric to prevent any kind of movement from the pavers. This is cheap insurance. I've said it 1,000 times, and still I see a lot of people not using this material. You can charge the customer beforehand. People are happy to pay for it. They know what it does. It just takes a little bit of research, and the material is fantastic. For a pour like this, we usually would have a concrete truck pour the steps, but because it was such a small area and because we were overlaying it with pavers, we decided to do it with bags. This area is much larger, so we're prepping it for the concrete boys to come out. We did all the forms, we did the base rock, we did the rebar, and we made sure that all the levels were correct. The steps are super important. In the past, I used to have my entire crew of masons do the concrete work, and it took years to figure out this one hack. You have to always hire professionals that do concrete only. Just like you wouldn't hire my guys that do pavers all day to do woodwork, you shouldn't hire guys that do pavers to finish concrete. Finishing concrete is an art form in itself, and you have to hire the right people. Spend a little extra dough and get the right guys, because number one, you'll be way less stressed when concrete pours are going down. Just like you see the boys here, my guys have been doing pavers longer than I've been alive. Some of them on the crew, not all of them. Some of them are young guys, but most of them are in their 40s, and they've been doing pavers for 20 years, and they have gotten so good at it. They're professionals. When it's time to do pavers, I just tell them, boys, this is where it goes, follow the design, and I just kick back, and they got it. They are so good at it. And of course, in the beginning, it's not always going to be like that. You're going to have to deal with a lot of people that steal from you, show up to work sober, leave drunk, badmouth you to your other employees. But the main point is you have to find your dream team. And just like the word in itself, it's a dream. So it's going to take you a long time to find incredible people that are with you, that can support your mission, that can understand where you want to go, and most importantly, show up to work every day sober and leave home sober. This is the biggest thing that I had struggled with in the beginning. If there's anyone listening right now and you're like, well, T, you don't understand. It's really hard to find guys, and I may not have the best guys, but they do okay work, and sometimes they say things or do things that don't align with the way I think, but I just let it slide because I'm afraid to lose them. Dude, I understand where you're coming from. And in the beginning, I was the same. Sometimes I would find my guys drinking on the job site, literally drinking on the job site. And I played stupid. I put my head in the sand and I felt like, I just pretend like I didn't see it. But eventually it'll catch up to you. And luckily it didn't catch up to me too bad. The customer found some beer cans and she notified me right away and said, Tigran, we love your guys. We love you, but this is probably not a good idea to have your guys be drinking at my house when they're working with these machines and tools. You got to do something about that. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And I went in hard the next morning and I told the guys, this is the way it's going to happen. We're not doing it this way anymore. You guys can't be drinking on the job sites. I got in trouble with the customer. Luckily, I went ham and I kind of just made some stuff up. Keep it real with you. But I told her customer was going to call the cops on me. She was going to have you guys arrested. I was going to get arrested. The insurance company was going to shut us down. We're about to lose the company. I went very dramatic on this, but I wanted to bring the point home that they could not be doing any of this trickery, none of this garbage behavior at work. And I got my power back and I was like, I'm doing it. It's working. And then ever since then, Every time where something happens when the guys do something I don't like, you got to tell them right away. People listen, but you have to communicate. As soon as I came on the first job walk to scope out the area, I was in love with number one, the homeowner. He was so cool, really chill, down to earth, and he listened when you gave him advice. And the second reason I really wanted this job is because it was on a corner lot. And every time I have a job on a corner lot, it goes smooth. You save so much time in demo, prep work, bringing in materials, because you just go straight from the street right to the back of the house. And I mean, literally, it's so much faster. The use of a ditch witch goes down because then you can use the big dog. Obviously here the boys are using the ditch witch, but this is for all the little fine grading. The ease of access to an area will drastically increase how much money you make and how fast you make it, because the easier it is to get somewhere, the better it's going to be for you. And a lot of people always ask me, T, why are your guys so good? How do you find so many great people? The first rule to running a great company is answering your phone. Most of you don't even know how to answer a phone properly, and you don't even take it serious. A lot of you are worried about, oh, there's no leads coming in. Joe Biden is sucking up America. We need Trump back. We hate Trump. We love Joe Biden. Whatever side you're on. Most of you get calls on your phone, and if right now you go to your messaging app, your text messaging app, and you look at the notifications, some of you had 400 unread messages. This is one sign of me knowing that you're a complete idiot when it comes to communicating. If you go on my phone right now, there are 0 unread messages. I respond to everyone. I read everything. If it's important, I'll respond. If not, I don't respond. But notifications on my phone are always 0. Oh, but T, they're just group messages. Dude, get out of the group message. Well, I don't know why you're in useless group chats. Get serious with business. The more serious you take your life, the more serious you take your business, the better results you're going to get. A lot of you are playing around like you're still in high school. Get serious. Okay, pay attention to the guy climbing, and he's going to be in the middle of the tree. Obviously, he was all the way on top, and they successfully removed the top of the tree because it was light, but the guy didn't bring in his boom to safely account for all the weight, and then wham, the thing snaps. That's probably going to be a $25,000 fix, but even worse, the guy's life almost disappeared from everyone's eyes. He was deleted off the earth, and you can see him right there climbing down. And the homeowner actually told me when he came down, he looked like he just seen a ghost. He was completely white, and he just threw his tools down, walked to his truck, and left. His life flashed before his eyes. And it's really important to have people focus on safety so stupid mistakes like this don't happen. I'm sure the crane operator didn't want that to happen. Of course. Why would he? But accidents happen, and it's always good to have 2 people verify and to make sure that people are very well trained. And this is what you get after all that hard work the boys put in. First thing you see on this side is these beautiful Indian laurels. These are about 6 feet tall. These boys cost about $400 to install. This right here is my friend and true relative, because we look alike. This is a olive tree, fruitless olive. These boys are about $800, $1,000 to install. I think this was $1,000 actually. It's 24 inch. We planted my other relative. The front is kind of boring. It's just regular concrete. Driveway was existing. We just made it more usable in and out. A little bit of grass area. My only thing that I hate is this damn box for drainage. Can't do anything about it though. Let's go to the fun side. So we did this fence, and then afterwards I suggested to the homeowner, maybe he suggested it, I don't know, but I've done this before, to paint the fence black. And he said, yeah, sure. So the painter came out here and he charged $5,000 for this side, the back side, and all around over there, which you'll see as we go. Pay attention to the black when it contrasts with the green plants. That's where everything pops. That's where the plants pop. We installed this pad. If you look on this side right here, this goes down about 2 feet because it's very thick, and we didn't want this whole thing just to wiggle out because it's a pretty big drop. And then our friends at Pro Builders, but Lucas came out here and he built it. He's a fantastic deck builder. Can't believe how lucky I was to find someone that can build something so quality. Look at these corners. Now the customer can go in and out of his hot tub. So we had to plan for this because obviously electrical right here. To be honest, between me and you, I think you get a
going away with this deck is kind of pointless because underneath here is concrete, but it looks cool. It gives it that extra depth. This is the only thing I hate about these damn rocks. They get everywhere. Now imagine mowing your lawn and then a rock goes right into your glass door and breaks everything. Your kid's behind it. Hospital visit. Okay, so we got these steppers, 2x2 steppers. Everything is good here, and then we have 2x2 steppers as a patio. So everything looks pretty good. And on this side is just plain Jane boring concrete. Ta-da! A lot of you don't install bullnose on steps, and it's really a bad offer because it finishes everything quite nicely. So if you don't, highly suggest that you charge a little bit more money, but install a bullnose edge for your steppers. That's my 2 cents. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you think it's worth $150,000? Do you think again, oh, Tigran, you ripped everyone off, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, man. I think it's pretty nice. We did pretty good too. Later.